between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will ring them down a couple yards shy of the 30. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. This defense for the Steelers, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolute phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. To throw is Watson. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Browns at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first two games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt that.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Runs over it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him. 15 big yards. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now a first down carry for Harris. And some room to work. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
First and 10. Here's Pickett. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct? I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that are best for you. You know what you're looking for? So, who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Pickett now on first down. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We're scoreless after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Firing quickly here. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and I think the Browns got it. They did. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What did I do? Rocky.
Too rocky. I saw that. I got it. And, you know, and right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback.
And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Now Austin. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Off play action. Pickett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. The mistake there by the offense, Charles, they tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick six.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tabbed as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now following the safety, they'll have the football with a chance to take the lead as they begin following the free kick with a 1st and 10. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Presley hurrying on to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the 50, it's Watson. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Pickett's throw complete there to Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. He gets it complete to Harris. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Pickett right back to the air again. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett setting up the screen. Harris. And he'll lose yardage here back at the 41. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 35. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. Just get rid of it.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw, Pickett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think it's safe to say he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he's fortunate on that one. Not to have another turnover on his ledger.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Fielded right around the 8. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. The 30. 10, 5. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Cleveland. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. That's caught by the 6'8" tight end, Zach Gentry. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game, start of the 3rd quarter. But you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession. Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far. Pickett now from the gun here. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And oh, he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this 3rd quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground. And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Harris going to get it again on second down. 63 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
There is simply no bringing Harris along slowly as a rookie for the Steelers. He was one of 2 NFL backs with over 300 carries and led all NFL running backs with 74 catches. Along the way, he set several Pittsburgh rookie records.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, Parker, they've certainly played up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Returnable for Grant. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's Watson. Throw left side, there's Schwartz with it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Faking the give, now Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. To throw is Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, All coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw complete to Freiermuth. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Final minute now in the third quarter. From the 41, Pickett. Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. Rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, yeah, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Pickett. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break. And you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
In motion right is Jones. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Crossing route catch made by Johnson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 30. Pickett now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 2nd and 10, Pickett got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Dialing up another pass here, Pickett. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Pickett, 4th down, desperation time. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Flush to, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. They've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
It certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired. He still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest game we've seen on the scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Pickett now, 3rd and goal. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation. And they took advantage of the young man right there.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. Touchdown! Amari Cooper. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Browns look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wins, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Pickett right back to the air again. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. On 1st and 10, Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Pickett connecting with Freiermuth. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment. Whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cleveland, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.
I'm harder than I ever been. Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates. All my bars on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me. And my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, moving. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get the chance to take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am a ball that I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it. That is the difference. I am not waiting. I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right. My grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, who we? One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot. You only get one shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack, read the script. Born in the motherland, headed straight down to the south. Tennessee mornings with pops, working 3 jobs. I knew that they struggled to get it, that's why I wanted to get it. That embedded, you get it, treat it like a law. And I'ma need commission for this hit. Last laid the canvas and I painted over it. I don't need a vision board to show you I'm the. I'm betting on myself, count the chips. Got it. Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest. Try to sink my ship like Titanic and leave me with Jack. Hope I be panicking, but I rose to the top. Isn't it funny that the is built like a Maserati, yoga folding like origami? What? I walk the walk. I talk the talk. I be saying what I want. When I had no deposit, closet was looking real bare. Now I made a deposit, my closet's looking super rare. Drove it really far. Crazy how did just happen, wishing on a star. It's a celebration, I ain't talking Mardi Gras. With a little patience, you'll be eating Budokan. What you want? What you want? Made some choices for a profit. That's my logic. I'ma take it to the coffin. Just being honest.